Around 1500 before Christ, Buddha monks in India were forced to develop a defensive system without the use of weapons and striking. This system made its way to Japan, where it was used by the samurais and for centuries was kept as a secret within the Japanese community, never to be taught for foreigners. Jiu-Jitsu, which means gentle art, was later prohibited when the emperor banned the samurais. Most of today's fighting systems, like Judo, Karate, and Aikido, has its origins from Jiu-Jitsu. In 1914, a Japanese named Misui Maeda, also known as Konde Koma, immigrated to the north part of Brazil to establish a Japanese community. He met a politician named Gracie, and in gratitude to the help given by the Gracie family, Maeda taught his older son, Carlos Gracie, his fighting style using the old secrets of Jiu-Jitsu. In 1925, the family moved to Rio de Janeiro. Carlos and his brothers opened the first Gracie Jiu Jitsu school.
De todo exército dirigido por general tático em plena batalha de movimento. Mas, Jiu-Jitsu não é só isso. O combate no comum não é apenas uma modalidade de esporte para ser praticada e aqui. Tem muitas outras utilidades e finalidades, sendo as principais.
The Gracies modernized the old Japanese Jiu-Jitsu and created what is known today as the Gracie or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighting system. The Gracie Jiu-Jitsu system can be basically divided in 5 main pillars. Fighting distance, control, and strikes. More than 95% of real fighting situations end up in a clinch or on the ground. The Gracie Jiu-Jitsu system takes advantage of this by teaching students how to properly move from dangerous zones to safer positions. The distance control may be imposed by the use of effective strikes like knees and elbow strikes. Upper body control. There are several ways that a person can avoid being knocked out. The application of clinch techniques combined with upper body control allow the students to request help without getting hit. Takedowns. The Gracie Jiu-Jitsu system uses the most effective takedowns available from Judo, wrestling, Aikido, and others. The idea is to take the opponent to the ground as fast as possible. Ground fighting, positioning, and control. The Gracie Jiu-Jitsu system became worldwide famous when they showed in real fighting situations how a person with its back on the ground could win a fight. Students spend years developing ground fighting techniques, allowing them safe ground positioning and opponent's control. Submissions, chokes, and joint torsions. Once a fight is under control on the ground, a Gracie Jiu-Jitsu student has the choice to submit the opponent by the application of chokes and joint torsions.
I have been practicing Jiu-Jitsu for more than 14 years. I first started in Brazil, in a city called Florianópolis, and I was a teenager at the time, and I started just because a friend of mine in my school indicated me to go training with them, and the first day of the training I just fell in love with this martial art, and this now is making part of my life. So since then, I never gonna quit this Jiu-Jitsu.
I've been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 3 years, and I started to learn self-defense, and I continue to train because it's good exercise and it's very difficult. And every time I train, it keeps things into perspective and it teaches me to be humble and respect others. And it's very challenging. It can be scary at times.
I kind of just fell into Jiu-Jitsu. I tried a class with a friend one day and I just fell in love with it.
That's nice.
I started Jiu-Jitsu when I was 16 years old. I had done my dad wrestled, so I did that a little bit as a kid, and then got out of it, wrestled my freshman year of high school, moved to Texas from California, went to a school that didn't have any wrestling, that's what I was looking for. And so I ended up going and starting jiu-jitsu. I found out about it through someone at school, started going, and then immediately was like hook training, like 6 days a week, at least 2 hours a day, training twice a day during the summers, and I'm 31 now, so I've been training for almost 15 years now.
Yeah.